Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the Electric Israeli on FSD. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. If you're in the market to buy a Tesla car, please use my referral code. I am telling you, I am obsessed with batteries. As you know, battery is still the main component of electric car, the most expensive one. And the advancement of battery technology, it's unbelievable. So today, I wanted to do a comparison between the BYD Blade Battery, which I made a video about it just the other day. It's according to BYD, they are going to have a 1,000 kilowatt charging speed. That is a lightning bolt. And the advancement in the 4680 batteries, which according to Tesla, it is now the cheapest battery to produce in the world, and it will get a dry cathode technology in a few months. And if that happens, not only production and savings, but also tremendous drop in electric car price if that happens for all the Tesla lineup and who knows what else. So let's get started. So what we're going to do, we're going to compare the 4680, like I said, with of Tesla with the BYD. Okay, and we'll talk about kilowatt hours, all kinds of technical importance, and we'll do this comparison. As you know, BYD is a blade battery, okay, and the 4680 of Tesla is a circular, it's a cylindrical battery. Like I said, we talk about the technical aspects, we talk about the kilowatt hours, we talk about weight, we talk about range, and we think that in the next 6 months, some great improvements in both technologies are going to be coming to the market, and that's going to be very exciting. So here a little bit about the background. So the blade battery of the BYD, it's a lithium iron phosphate, LFP. Okay, so it is like a rectangular, it's thin and it's long. It's about 1 meter long. Okay, meter is about 3 feet. Okay, and it was developed to improve the safety of the battery, the integrity of the battery, the density and the efficiency of the energy efficiency of the battery at the pack level. So they are used to power the BYD Seal, for example, the Atto 3, all these cars never set foot in the United States, unfortunately. And also in some Tesla cars, like the Model Y, the base model that is produced in Germany. As opposed to that, the 4680, the Tesla battery, it is, like I say, is cylindrical, 46 millimeter in diameter and 80 millimeter, which is 8 centimeters in height. And it is a lithium ion, okay? And it was developed by Tesla with partnership with LG and Panasonic. With the emphasis there is the increase of the intensity, of the content of the battery, so it can go longer range, and reduce the cost and improve the efficiency of the production of this battery. I can tell you that the last few things are true, but it's not giving you more range as of now. All right, so let's start with the blade battery. As we say, the blade battery, like I said, in the BYD Seal, the Atto 3, that is actually a rear-wheel drive version of the blade battery, the BYD Blade Battery. So the BYD Seal has a blade battery of 82.5 kilowatt hours. While at the Model Y that uses the BYD, it's between 55 to 60 kilowatt hour. That's why it is the base model. From reports that I'm getting, we don't have that battery here in the United States. From reports that I get from friends of mine in Israel who bought this, they are disappointed with the range. I have to say, it's like 350 miles. Now I wish 350, maybe 370 kilometers, which is not that great. It's like 200 miles. Okay, that's basically what they get. Now, the advantage of the LFP, it's really, really great charging cycle, like 3 times more than 3,000. All right, but the energy density is much less. significantly less if you compare it to the nickel, manganese, and cobalt, the NMC, that Tesla is using in its long-range batteries. In the United States, there are no more LFP batteries because they are not eligible for any tax incentives. That's why Tesla doesn't use them. I have a base model, Model 3, base model 2023, that has an LFP battery, which you can charge to 100%. That's why it's so great. Now, the 4680, they are designed to give you more content, okay, more intensity, more density, much more than the 2170 that Tesla uses in other cars that they have. So one battery, one cell of 4680 is like 5x. 5 times more energy than a 2170. All right, so it's about 25 to 30 watt hour as opposed to 5 watt hours for the 2170. That's why it was produced. Yet it is coming to be an incredible efficient battery once they solve the dry cathode. But that I did a separate video about that. So at the pack, it will give you like I said, 5 times more energy. And what we know in the long range Model Y and the Cybertruck, so it's between 75 kilowatt hour and more than 100. Well, I think it's 123 or 113. It depends. So Tesla claims that the 4680 is improving 60% improvement of the 2170 in range, with the potential to increase more in the future. So the conclusion basically that the BYD batteries go between 55 and 82 and a half kilowatt hour in their most popular models, as opposed to the 4680 that is really between 75 and 100 plus kilowatt hour, that is now only used in the Cybertruck. There was some versions of it in the Model Y, but it was discontinued. Now, in terms of the weight, the Blade battery, the BYD Blade battery, are heavier. That's another negative. They are heavier with consideration to their energy density, okay? Because their energy density is very, very dense. That's why they are heavier. So you cannot stack up the car with a lot of batteries because there's just no room for that, and it's going to be really, really heavy. Now they have this is a great number I'm about to give you. If you want to understand it, this is 160 to 180 watt hour per kilogram. That's not great at all. That's not great. You want to have 200 plus. However, this is the Gen 1. Gen 2 and 3 that are coming up are much more improved in the 1 hour per kilogram. So a 60 kilowatt hour in the Model Y of the Blade battery will weigh about between 400 and 450 kilograms. Okay? Now, that's basically the estimate of the LFP batteries that are put in the Tesla Model Y in Germany. So the advantage of the Blade battery, it is a blade, okay? So it reduces the need from different modulars, okay? You just stack them one next to the other like soldiers, and it does save you on the weight of the structure of the pack. Now the 4680, as you know, Tesla wants to reduce the weight because of the cylindrical shape of the battery, which is advanced technology. Okay, it's called a tabless. Okay, that improves it improves the efficiency and the thermal management of the pack. So, for example, 75 kilowatt hour 4680. Considered to be 75 kilowatt hour, considered to be 400 to 450 to 500 kilogram. So look at this: 75 kilowatt hour is the same weight of the 60 kilowatt hour of the LFP, the Blade battery. So that shows you how much heavier the LFP Blade battery is. Okay, and the energy density is between 200 to 250 watt hour per kilogram. That is very, very good. Now there are batteries, I think, from Geely that start talking about 500 watt hour per kilogram. That's insane. All right, so it's much better than the LFP that we have now, the Blade battery that we have now. So Tesla is still having challenges with the with the scaling of this battery, but they are getting much better. They're getting much better. So the conclusion of that the 4680, the Tesla, they are lighter with consideration to their content, as opposed to the Blade battery, but the advantage is not so much more in terms of the end result. Okay, so each one of them have the advantages. Now, how about range? So the Blade battery, it really depends on the way you use it. That we know. So the BYD Seal, for example, that has 82.5 kilowatt hour, the rated range, that according to the WLTP, that's the European standard, is 570 kilometers. Okay, that's 320-ish miles or so, 325 or so. But if you in real world, it's really 450 to 500 kilometers, which is a little less than, let's say, 280 miles of range. All right, that's the LFP also are less efficient in cold temperature, but there's a lot of improvement from other manufacturers that I am looking at. The Tesla 4680, like I said, promises 16% more range, okay, as opposed to the 2170. 2170, same thing, it's the dimension, 21 millimeter dimension and 7 centimeters height. And they are now solely used in the Cybertruck, but once the dry cathode is going to be solved, then Tesla is going to put it probably in all their lineup, especially the Cybercab. Okay, so the range that we're talking about is between, I would say, 500 to 600 kilometers. Okay, depends on the pack. So the a lot of tests that were done in the Cybertruck, the dual motor, talking about between 480 to 550 kilometers. It's above 300 miles. It's about 310, 320, which is disappointing with consideration to what Tesla promised. Now you can get a range extender for 16,000 more, which is really bad, really expensive. Anyway, so the conclusion that the 4680 of Tesla give you more range. There's no question about it, as opposed to the BYD. Now here's some more advantages of disadvantages. The BYD Blade, the main advantages, much safer, especially with from getting it punctured, fires, low cost to produce, and much longer life, 3,000 cycles. The disadvantage is less energy density, which reduce the range, the overall range. Much slower, is fast charging, around 150 kilowatt, well, maybe 175. The 4680, the advantages, it's much higher in energy density, much faster fast charging. Now it's 250 kilowatt. For the Cybertruck, it's going to be 500 kilowatts soon in dedicated chargers. So that is a huge advantage. And the disadvantage is still challenges for producing it. Still, the dry cathode challenge is not solved, but it's about to. Only 100 million cells were produced so far in 2025, which is enough for about 100,000 cars. But as you know, it's only for the Cybertruck, so and that Cybertruck doesn't sell at all. Very low sales. So in conclusion, the Blade battery is much better for, in my opinion, much better for city driving, okay, 55 to 82 and a half kilowatt hour. The weight, like I said, 450 kilogram, and the range between 400 and 570. I would say 450 is really. They are cheaper, they are safer, and they're long lasting, but they are limited in energy density, as opposed to the 4680 that Tesla is based. I'm telling you, I'm 100% guaranteed Tesla will have all their cars in the United States with that battery. They were going to produce it also in Germany and in China, but that's not happening. Maybe at the end of this year. So that's that. It's very interesting. I'm fascinated with batteries, really fascinated with batteries, and things are only getting better. Thank you guys for watching.